The previous speaker talked about facts. Here's one fact I know. It's night and day dealing with the Bondi Patel Justice Department versus the Garland Ray Justice Department. Under the Pam Bondi as Attorney General, the Foreign Influence Task Force, that group that was responsible for censoring Americans, has been disbanded. The school board's memorandum has been rescinded.
Rep. Jim Jordan destroys Merrick Garland by comparing him to Pam Bondi and the job he did. Destroys Christopher Wray, the former FBI head, by comparing his lack of compliance with Kash Patel. Really great information in this one. Really great stuff from Jim Jordan. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenaple. This is where the Happy Patriots are. Thanks for watching.
We sent 7 subpoenas to Kash Patel 5 weeks ago. The response we've gotten is unbelievable compared to what we got under the previous Justice Department. He's actually given us thousands of documents already, new information that we tried to get from Director Wray that he wouldn't give us.
Yeah, that's because Director Wray was a Democrat, even though appointed by Trump, trying to slow walk this stuff because they conspired. That's the old way of doing things.
Let me be clear. The FBI should be a shield for the American people. Instead, under the Biden-Harris administration, it became a sword to use against them. Let's start with parents who spoke up for their kids, parents who voiced concerns about radical school agendas. What did they get in return? A surveillance file, a federal investigation for just trying to be a good parent. That's not law enforcement. In my book, and in most Americans' books, that's intimidation. Let's talk about people of faith. The Biden FBI branded certain Catholic Americans as, quote, radical traditionalists and potential domestic terrorists. They even discussed infiltrating churches by having parishioners spy on their own people, by their own fellow parishioners.
Was the FBI director knew that you go up against a Republican, that if Trump wants something, you do not give him the documents they're seeking, do not comply, even though you're supposed to be serving the president. And by the way, Christopher Wray and Merrick Garland are supposed to be nonpartisan, not serving a party. These are supposed to be public things the Department of Justice is supposed to be doing, and they didn't do it. And now you get compliance. Kash Patel, they asked for the documents and they get it. And oh mama, guys, guess what he's going to get? He's going to get all the documents on Fani Willis, all the documents on Jack Smith, all the documents of communications between departments. Kash Patel is getting it all. And even if they don't turn it over, I mean, DOJ, Elon Musk, the smartest hacker in the world, can go and find it and get it. So they're going to expose everything that happened, the plans from the last administration. That's the good news of this video. It's coming. It's going to take time. Like he said, thousands of documents Kash Patel turned over. They have to go through and read just thousands of documents, underline them, redact them, figure out what they're going to do with them. It's coming.
We've already received, we'll be talking about some of that. So that is the fact, complete change from where we were with the previous Justice Department. The previous Justice Department, of course, that couldn't tell us who planted the pipe bombs, who leaked the Dobbs opinion, who put cocaine at the White House, couldn't tell us the answer to those questions. But they had plenty of time to put together the memo to say we're going to investigate moms and dads in a school board meeting, as the chairman pointed out. They put together a memorandum. We've now learned it wasn't just in the Richmond field office, but in other field offices where they were equating pro-life Catholics to extremists.
Yeah, I want those people thrown in prison. The people that went after pro-lifers, pro-life Catholics, pro-life Christians, and investigated them and tried to set up in their parishes, in their communities, in their churches, aspiring to rat them out to the government as extremists because they saw pro-lifers and protesters specifically, they were trying to equate them with terrorists.
And it wasn't just Catholic churches. In 2021, the FBI raided a Hindu temple in the state of New Jersey. Using overwhelming force, agents stormed sacred grounds. And listen to this. They held guns to the faces of the holy men. They disrupted religious life, all based on loose, untrue allegations. which are now thankfully unraveling in court. Our sacred places, our churches, our synagogues, our temples, our mosques, they should be sanctuaries, not scenes of government surveillance. Let's talk about free speech. The FBI knew Hunter Biden's laptop was real. They knew it. They colluded with big tech to frame it as Russian disinformation. They tried to bury the story from the American people. That wasn't law enforcement. That was raw political election interference. And all of this, the worst part of all, it wasn't free. It came with a price tag. In fiscal year 2024, and listen to this, the FBI spent over $6 billion, not million, billion dollars on intelligence, counterintelligence, and counterterrorism, all on American soil, more than half of its entire budget.
We know they raided the president's home. We know they retaliated against whistleblowers. They even put together, the previous speaker talked about politics. Politics, the FBI created a questionnaire where they asked their employees about other employees who were maybe giving information to us as whistleblowers. Did that person support Trump? That is as political as you can get.
Guilty. Exhibit A. Guys, this is a new administration. These investigations are coming out slow. You want them to go as slow as possible because you want a thorough, Loctite case or it will not hold in court, in politics, in public scrutiny. These things have to be Loctite, overwhelming, lots of evidence, lots of different sources of evidence, and that's what they're putting together.
So the real thing here is it's literally night and day, the difference between the kind of information that we're able to receive, the help that we're getting, and the focus on going after traditional bad guys, not having half your agents and half your budgets focused on surveilling the American people. Let's go get the traditional bad guys. That's what Kash Patel is doing at the FBI, getting the FBI back to the mission they've had before, which I know some of our witnesses who served there are going to talk about. So I thank the chairman for putting this together, and I thank our witnesses for being here, and I yield back.
Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan, it's like a boss is back in town. Now, all they can do is investigate, you know. He's not judge, jury, executioner. He can do congressional oversight, and that's what he's doing. That means he requests information from Kash Patel. And when they tried saying that Garland was not compliant, they just shrugged it off. They tried subpoenaing information. He wouldn't turn it over. But now you're getting everything. The truth is going to come out. This is all going to come out in the air, and it has to be exposed and dealt with so that it doesn't happen again, so that no one thinks they can get away with this stuff ever again. I'm Doug in exile. Thanks for watching.